All right, welcome to week 6 of the Rotom Appliance Draft League. I'm against Dino Trooper. This is an exciting match because this is one of the guys that I generally mock with. The three that I've mocked with the most are Dino Trooper, Nomad, and Jurassic Pig. I've mocked with some other people too, but those are the three ones that are most available to do it. And Dino Trooper is probably the one that I've mocked with pretty close to the most. So we have a general idea of how each other's playing styles work, like how we play different turns. So this will be an interesting game, I think. First off, he's got Dragapult, which is just a crazy Pokemon. It's just very hard to deal with. Dragapult, I could go on for like 2 minutes about all the different things it can do. It can run Scarf, which I think is very likely into me, to outspeed a Gouging Fire after a Dragon Dance. He's got Cyclizar for a solid Rapid Spinner Regenerator. He's got Ogerpalm Hearthflame, which just hits obscenely hard. He's got Zoroark for some illusion stuff, especially with Terra. It can be hard to deal with. He's got Electivire to block my Volt switches. He's got Articuno with Terra, can patch up its bad typing. He's got Buzzwole, which is also a great Terra captain. Hits very hard and is very hard to deal with. Very bulky Pokemon. He's got Metagross, which is just a great Pokemon overall, very versatile. Hits hard with Bullet Punch. He's got Clefable, which is great into my team with Unaware because I do have a lot of setup. Unaware and Thunder Wave. Not a good combination of two words there, but Unaware and Thunder Wave are very strong into my setup Pokemon. He's got Swampert for a solid Stealth Rocker and a good pivot. He's got Muck, which is just a great bulky Pokemon. And he's got Shuckle for sticky webs and some infestation, toxic stall shenanigans that Shuckle can do. Some things I think are very likely into me. I think Dragapult is almost guaranteed because of how good it is, and it's also pretty decent into me. It's one of his only ways of really dealing with Gouging Fire, which is very strong into his team. That and Clefable. I think Clefable is also very likely, almost guaranteed, because of Unaware to deal with my setup mods. I think it's a Scarf Pult is very likely, like I said, to deal with Dragon Dance on Gouging Fire. Buzzwole is also very strong. I think Zoroark could be also decent into me for dealing with Sinistcha. And yeah, I think anything else realistically could show up. He's got a very threatening team. So let's get into the team builder. First up, I have the physically defensive Iron Treads. This is just here to be bulky, to switch in on his Clefable. We don't need that much special defense investment for that because it doesn't hit very hard. We are immune to Thunder Wave. We spin away the rocks that Clefable sets up, and we hit it. We always 2-hit KO a max Clefable with Iron Head. So that's always nice. We also have the Volt Switch. And yeah, just a great mon in this matchup. For pivoting. Next up, we've got the defensive Tapu Fini. Now, this thing is also insane in this matchup because this set completely stops Dragapult in its tracks. Dragapult can literally do nothing to this thing. A Specs Thunderbolt from Dragapult does like 40, and it does not paralyze. This thing also switches in on Clef. Nature's Madness is great for forcing progress into his team to chip them down for some of our late game sweepers. Misty Surge is also great because his method of dealing with my Gouging Fire is basically just Thunder Wave, and if we can remove that as an option, we'll be in a very strong spot. Knockoff is great. Moonblast and Surf, great dual stab. And then the leftovers, Recovery. With this defense, we can also switch it on Buzzwole, hit it with a Moonblast, or knock off its item if it Terras, or just Nature's Madness because that thing is insanely bulky. Yeah, this Fini I think is going to do work this week because it's very strong into his team. A lot of his Pokemon are physical. Like he's got maybe 2 Pokemon that are special, not counting Dragapult because Dragapult can really do both. So I do like having the physical defense as well because I think it's more likely to happen. I do think especially offensive Dragapult is good into me, which is why I have this. But even with this just defense investment, our natural bulk is so good we don't need much more than that. Next up is the Gouging Fire. This is a more offensive Gouging Fire with booster attack. This is for Clefable because, like I said, that thing is good into me with Unaware, but Unaware does not stop the booster energy boost. So with that, we always 2-hit KO a Max Clefable with Heat Crash, even if it has leftovers. We have like a 99% chance. We would have to double lowest roll to not kill a Clefable through leftovers. If I'm going to play carefully with this Pokemon because, like I said, Scarf Pult is good into me, and it will outspeed me after one dance if it's got Scarf. This does outspeed all non-Scarf Dragapults after a dance. And yeah, it does stop it from switching in with Dragon Claw. We always basically kill a Dragapult with Dragon Claw no matter what set it is. And then Earthquake is very strong into his team, which is a little ground weak once Buzzwole gets dealt with. And speaking of dealing with Buzzwole, we are bringing back the Sinistcha. Now this thing is a little bit of a spicier set this week. I do like the standard, Calm Mind, Dual Stab, Strength Sap set. But this thing is great into his team because I think a lot of people's response to Sinistcha is just switching. And my lack of pivot move really makes that a good option into Sinistcha. So with the Eject Pack Leaf Storm, we can catch a switch and pivot out into one of our more offensive Pokemon, switching it on something that they wanted to deal with Sinistcha. We can just Leaf Storm out. And obviously, we've got the Strength Sap, just completely walls most of his physical threats, which is most of his team. We don't really need leftovers with this much bulk and Strength Sap because we can just heal through pretty much anything. We do have the Scald as well because a lot of his team resists grass, and I didn't want to get stuck wanting something else. Also, Scald does have a higher chance to burn than Machagacha, and it is 100% accurate. We can fish for some burns on his physical attackers with the Scald. Next up, we have the Misty Seed Sneasler. This thing, I haven't been playing Sneasler very well, so hopefully I can remedy that this week. We are very much speed invested. With this much speed, we outspeed an Ogerpon with or without the Unburden up. And we basically kill it with Dire Claw or Acrobatics. And yeah, with the Throat Chop as well to hit Dragapult. Close combat I don't think is great here because there's a lot of fighting resists that I think are very good into me and not a lot of fighting weaknesses. So yeah, and Pult as well, just the existence of that makes clicking close combat risky. So with the Throat Chop, we do deal with it pretty easily. And yeah, I think this is great. I'm going to try and play this a little differently than I've played it the past couple weeks. Not just going to throw it away. If I send it out and he still is able to deal with it, I will keep it in the back to deal with Ogerpon, because we do always outspeed it, even without Unburden. And last up, we have the Expert Belt Darkrai, just fast into his team. With this, we always outspeed a Cyclizar, and just hit his team very hard. Sludge Bomb for Ogerpon, Psychic for Buzzwole, Dark Pulse for Stab, and Nasty Plot in case we do get an opportunity to set up. His team is a little bit slower than ours, barring Dragapult, so we do love the opportunity to get set up and then potentially sweep his team with the Darkrai. So yeah, that's the team. Really need a win here if we're going to make playoffs, so hopefully we get it. And I will see you guys in the battle. Alright, welcome to the battle. let's go ahead and look. I am a bit surprised to see the Swampert because of Sinistcha just existing. He's Terra Fighting, Articuno, Terra Water Buzzwole. Very interesting, very interesting. Okay. What to do here, what are his Stealth Rockers? Swampert I know can set up rocks. Let's go ahead and double check if there's anything else. No Clefable. I am shocked. I am actually shocked for real. Wow. I guess the Terra Water Buzzwole is for gouging fire, but Heat Crash isn't that good into it anyway, so I'm not going to be clicking it. I'm just going to lead with the Treads, why not? Okay, he leads with Pert. I mean, down to go into Cha, to be honest. Yeah, that's expected. What is your Sinistcha counter? The Articuno. Terra Fighting is extremely interesting, I have to say. I think this clicks Freeze Dry. How much does Freeze Dry do into Fini, actually? He's not terastallizing. Is this a more offensive set? Yeah. Okay, Freeze Dry does a good chunk into Fini. I really don't want to risk that. Yeah, this is very likely because Freeze Dry is good into me. That's fine. We're just clicking the Shadow Ball. I don't think Electivire does much to me, I'm gonna be honest. Let's look. 2 Sinistcha. Ice Punch does a decent chunk. I don't think I much care. What's likely to come in here? No Ogre either, which means Scald is free. I'm just gonna click it. Yeah, that's okay. He's Life Orb. I would like to save this. I think he might just click Ice Punch again. I don't really have an Ice Punch switch in that's not already weak to Electivire. Let's look at Gouging Fire. Yeah, that's fine with me. I'm gonna go into it. I think you just click Ice Punch. I don't think you can afford to let me sap here. I think you gotta risk it. For the biscuit. There's no way you can let me stay in and sap. Sinistcha being low is outstanding for you. What's Buzzwole's base speed again? Yeah, you definitely stay in here and Ice Punch. Yep. And that's the Life Orb. And I think I Dragon Claw on the incoming Pult. Wow. I really did not expect that at all. I was expecting the Pult switch there. Okay. Well, we just go into Fini. Fini completely, entirely blanks this set. Whatever it is. I'm fine with that. Oh, he's Life Orb. Wow. If I had Dragon Dance there, I think I win on the spot straight up. He probably has, Scarf Articuno, maybe? Scarf Swampert? Okay. We know the Freeze Dry is coming out here. I'm, like, absolutely positive. How much does that do into treads? Let's look at. How much did this do to me? What did this even do last time? I just clicked U-turn. Which means it's probably a pivot of some kind. I don't think it does that much to treads. I'm fine with switching here. It is Terra Fight. How much did that do? Oh, it's offensive for sure, for sure. Which means I can probably get the switch into Sinistra here. How much did that do? The treads. 40%. Which means he's probably max. Oh yeah, he's a little less than max actually. Or he got a really, really low roll. I can't switch Chaw in. Risking the freeze dry. He's probably gonna Terra Fight here. I think I go into Sneasler. Aha! We caught him. How much does Swampert do? Sneasler. Yeah, that guy kills us. I think I can switch into Sinistra. There's no way you can risk. Okay. I'm just gonna click Madness. Roar on Swampert is interesting. I was for sure thinking he was gonna go for Earthquake there. Okay, going into the Muck. I don't think you do much to Sneasler or Sinistra particularly. Let's look at Muck. Yeah, you don't. Let's look at Sinistra. Knockoff does a lot. So I think I'm just gonna switch into the Sneasler. Gunk Shot. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, Gunk Shot on Sneasler. This thing is like a solid chunk of attack. Yeah, that's max. That's max attack. For sure. I'm down to click acrobatics here. Whoa. Okay. Alright. This Muck is a thing. I'm gonna go into treads and Volt Switch. Hurt is pretty likely, but I could just Earthquake and you don't want that thing getting chipped. I think Volt Switch is fine. Earthquake maybe. You do get Articuno. I think I'm just gonna click the Volt Switch. I'm fine with Pert. Just gonna go into Sinistra again. He could double switch trying to catch me here. What comes in for Sinistra? Articuno probably. I could just sit here and Volt Switch like a boss on the something else coming in, expecting Cha to come in and try and sap. I think I'm just gonna do that because it's funny. No, he got me. Oh, he's slower. Okay, okay. Wow. I really should have seen that coming. I'm not playing too well. I was fully expecting like hard switching, but I guess Volt Switch is, or Flip Turn is just better. We do know he's Life Orb Dragapult, which means if we can get Gouging Fire into a spot where we can Dragon Dance, which is probably not going to give us we can be in a really good spot here. Articuno, yep. What do I even have for this thing? He has Terrified for my Darkrai. What does this do to me? Something like max 36. It shouldn't kill me unless he Terras. Yep, I'm gonna Volt Switch, get my chip, go into something better, like the Darkrai. He could Terra Fight here. I really should have calculated this beforehand. He's not that much HP. I don't think he switches here. There's no way. I don't want to lose Darkrai. I think I sack Treads. I should have nasty plotted there. And now I go into Sinistcha because there's nothing you can do to me. Let's look at Buzzwole. Let's look at like max attack. That is Earthquake in close combat. Let's look at Ice Punch real quick. I'm playing a little fast. Ice Punch. Sinistcha does kill me if it's maxed attacked. Oh, what's your speed tier? 79. You do outspeed my Sinistcha. I think I'm gonna Volt. Okay, did a 14 with a crit. Let's look at Iron Treads. Wow, especially defensive. That's specially defensive. I think I go back into Feeny then. Just gonna click Moonblast. I could knock. Yep, okay, that's fine. Does a solid chunk. We get our health back. I am pretty fast. Just gonna Moonblast again. Yep, so there goes Swampert. Which is okay. Muck comes out. Down to sack Treads, to be honest. If I live the poison move, that's cool. Yep, that's fine with me. We get some health back. And his ground type is gone, which means Volt Switch is free. But I'm going to click Earthquake because I don't think he goes into Articuno. Well, you got me. Good job. You got me. It's fine. I'm getting some health back on that guy. I believe I just click Volt. Yeah, he kills me. That kind of sucks. But it's fine. His Pult is healthy, which is worrying. But we still have the full health Sinistcha to deal with that. How much do I do with gouging to Articuno? Assuming it's Terra'd out of its ice weakness. Let's say ground. Okay, ground. Do like 60. I think I'm just gonna go for it. We are not guaranteed faster, which is worrying. I think it could be Jolly. I'm just gonna click. Oh, he's faster. Is he Scarf? I think he's Scarf. I'm gonna nasty plot on the Buzzwole switch. Yep. Now we nasty plot and we have the Psychic for this thing. Darkrai. Yeah. Let's look at max at +2. I think we guaranteed kill this. I'm just gonna click it. Yep. Yep. Okay, this thing is for sure scarfed with Terra Fight, which means Sinistcha's free. This thing is for sure scarfed. You have to click Terra Fight here. You have to. You absolutely have to. Wow. Okay, well, he is scarfed. I think as long as I keep Feeny alive, I can beat the Polt 1v1. He got me there. Let's look at max against Darkrai. Ice Beam does about half. I think this thing is like insanely offensive. So I'm gonna click Psychic on the Terra Fight, maybe to resist my Dark, but I'm not sure. What else do I have? I'm just gonna click Psychic. Yeah, he is scarfed, guaranteed. Okay, so now we go Feeny now. Yep. Eat that up. And I think knocking the Scarf, but he's not staying in. He needs this thing. Oh man, I think we're in a bad spot. I'm gonna click Surf on the Muck switch in. This should hopefully 2-hit KO. It does not, which is extremely worrying. Darkrai's really obvious, but I think Muck kills it anyway. Yeah, you kill me there. Click Madness. Oh, he missed the gunk shot. That's huge. And I'm gonna knock. Oh, wow! That's really big. Okay, so this thing is Scarf with probably a lot of special defense. If I had to, or special speed, what am I saying? Oh man, okay, I'm gonna assume that in Scarf. How much does Freeze Dry do? Not that much. I'm gonna knock off its Scarf. I don't think that matters too much. How much does Moonblast do? Let's look at Feeny. Let's not assume max and max. Let's say this. I'm gonna click Madness. Yeah. Okay, he's not that offensive. Oh, but we missed the Nature's Madness. I click Knock. Okay, we do live one more. I think I have to go Darkrai. I think I have to. Now we outspeed. No! What a game, dude. What is this? Oh, we thaw! Dark Pulse! Okay, okay. Okay, Moonblast does kill here. Oh, he's faster still! Bro. Oh, man. What a game. Dude, what was that? Oh man, I gotta see what's going on. Okay, overall, I think I could have played that better. We almost brought it back, completely undeservedly. That was wild. That was wild. I think I completely, totally misplayed that. But overall, well played, well played. Wow, 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 wow. GG, I guess. I'm still in shock. I'm gonna deal with this later. I'm gonna see y'all in a second. What's up? It's a little bit after the battle. I think, first of all, for context, let me just say that essentially ends our ability to get playoffs. Kind of. If we do really, really well in the last, like if we 6 or 5-0, then we can probably still squeeze in the 8th spot, but that makes it very, very hard for us to get playoffs. Very, very hard. Yeah. I think specifically to this game, I definitely, oh man, I could have played so much better. I didn't recognize that Scarf Articuno until like 5 turns after I should have. The way he was playing it, it was very obviously Scarfed, and I really should have seen that. It's okay. I think also I threw out my Gouging Fire way too early. Once I saw there was no Clef, I was like, Gouging Fire just wins if it's not Scarf Pull. But if I had waited a couple turns, I could have sent Gouging Fire out on like the Articuno or something and gotten my free dance off and like gone to town on his team pretty much. Yeah, I really should have waited to see the Life Orb on Polt. I think that was probably my biggest misplay, because I literally did talk about waiting to see the item. Or I don't know if I talked about it, but I did say like I beat everything that's not Scarf Polt, and if I had just waited, I would have seen, hey, it's not Scarf Polt. I can just Dragon Dance and like take a big chunk out of his team here. Or at the very least, like get a free switch into Sinistcha when he brings in Swampert or something like that. So yeah, I think I very much could have played this better. Overall, this season, I'm not gonna lie, I think I did my team dirty. I think I didn't do them justice here, because I think I drafted an excellent team, and I didn't play them as well as I could have. And it's really hard for me to not like be bitter about that, to be honest, because I'm a very competitive person. I want to do the best that I can, and I think I didn't do the best that I could, or I think I could have done better. I think, you know, not that the season is over, and I will still be going like, you know, into the last match trying to claw my spot at playoffs, but overall, especially after how I played that battle, I think I didn't play it very well. Now, that is to say, I am trying to appreciate, like, this was my first draft league. I've improved a lot since the start of the season. My season at the gym league is just starting, and, you know, I am trying to not look towards like what I could have done differently, but what I can still do differently next time. And, you know, maybe that sounds a little bit like a little too serious for a stupid like Pokemon game, but, you know, I really enjoy this, and I want to put everything I can into it, because that's what I enjoy. I enjoy being competitive. I enjoy doing the best that I can and beating someone else who's doing the best that they can. That's what I enjoy. And it's hard when I try and I fail doing the best that I could. and especially knowing that I could have done better, or trying my hardest, I'll say, and knowing that I could have done better. And you know what? That's okay. That's part of life, is your best not being good enough sometimes and having to accept it. This is maybe a bit existential for a Pokemon Draft League video, but all that is to say, great game, Dino Trooper. Well played, sir. And I will continue to try and improve every time. That's why I love doing these post-game analysis things, or that's why I do them every video, is because that is the most important part of my philosophy in every part of life, is do better next time. Whatever I did, whatever mistakes I made, do better next time. Even if I did good, still do better next time, And it's hard to not confuse that for I didn't do good enough this time sometimes. And I'm still working on that, and I will do better next time. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. Next videos will be up on this channel. Sorry for the existential philosophy there over a Pokemon game. But I really believe it, and it's what I've been thinking about, especially with our less than stellar record this season. So I will see you guys in the next video.